Tennis star Naomi Osaka at the Wimbledon, gymnast legend Simone Biles at the Olympics, and now cricketer Ben Stokes have left the field in the midst of the competition in a span of just 2 months. All complained of mental health issues as they broke down during extremely crucial events. Why and how do athletes who displayed nerve of steel in competition becomes victims of mental health issues? What causes this trauma and how can we deal with it? We have with us renowned sports psychologist N. Vishwanath, and who is also a sports mind trainer, to discuss the issue at length from Bengaluru. Good afternoon, sir, and thanks a lot for your time.
Good afternoon, Abhijit. It's nice to be on TV9 Digital here this afternoon.
My straight up question to you, in layman's terms, how would you describe a mental health issue?
Abhijit, this mental health statement, when you talk about it, it's all about being in harmony with yourself as well as in harmony with the others when related to your emotional health. That's it about mental health. When you're feeling good mentally within, and when you're in harmony with others, your relationships and other things, that means you are having a stable mental health, and that's it.
Well, talking about mental health in depth now, why is it that we are getting more such cases now? You have the likes of Naomi Osaka, Simone Biles, and now Ben Stokes, the all-rounder from England. And a long list before these latest cases as well, in the form of Virat Kohli, Cheteshwar Pujara and others who have also came out and talked about mental health.
Yes. Now, to answer this, I'll have to go a little back. Those days, sport was not that professional. And today, the world sports industry is estimated to be about $750 billion. India itself contributes about 5,894 crores. So sport is big, and a lot of youngsters are turning to sports to make it their career of their choice. And especially while talking about cricket, where they play professional sport all through the year. Yeah. And, they are expected to perform because they are all kind of covered under contracts, sponsorship and all. They need to keep delivering. So they are always under stress because there's so much of uncertainty, anxiety. What if this happens? What if that doesn't happen? What if I fail to deliver? And so many things. And of late, this pandemic is added to the stress. And also, this professional sport and the stress involved with it is causing a lot of stress within the athletes. And added to that, there are other reasons for mental health concerns also, that they can't be with their families, they're constantly under pressure to perform, they can't perform other activities, they can't socialize much, and the main thing is they can't be with their families. And there can be some health issues, the injury issues that they want to come out with, but they are unable to do that because they are constantly on the run, constantly on the travel. So they are unable to do that. All this will add together, slowly the pressure starts building within and just comes out, explodes as a mental health issue. And those days were just called as psychological issues. Of late, it's been called as a mental health issue, especially after all the world elite athletes are coming out with that. Yes.
Now, what does a person suffering from such a situation feels? In this case, the top athletes we are talking about, we have someone like Virat Kohli struggling with it, and now Ben Stokes. What all goes through in a sports person's mind? What is it that triggers crucial decisions to opt out of big stages like the Olympics, where you see Simone Biles' case now, and also tennis major in case of Naomi Osaka, or even an important international series? Can you explain?
Yeah. See, these are all world's greats. And of late, another term you're hearing is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. That is what Simone Biles is. Yeah. Virat Kohli is a big name. Then Ben Stokes is also a big name. See, now they have a reputation to protect. So they built their career over this to get there. They are already is about their greatness. Then now they are constant pressure to maintain their form, keep performing, especially in the case of Simone Biles. She's really near perfect. She wants to prove that she has to maintain her greatness. Now, coming to mental health, anything that is happening on and off the field affects them mentally. So in case of Simone Biles, it has been about her past. what happened. And during the pandemic, she was not able to go to the gym and perform every day, and that must be very depressing for her, very frustrating for her. And now anything that happens is happening in your mind, in your head, the voices that you hear and anything that triggers this stress response, what we call the fight and flight response. If you are not in harmony with yourself, not in peace with yourself mentally, then suddenly there's a trigger and your body also suffers. The body shuts down. The muscles can go tight. You can't think properly. A host of things happens, and your performance doesn't go right. Then that is when they start beginning to doubt themselves. So this slowly adds up. And only solution to this is when they find the signs of it, when they can't sleep, when they're not happy with their performance, something is bothering them, there's a monkey at the back, all those negative feelings going around, and they need to consult a professional. This is the best way to deal with that. That's it. When they find the early signs, it's better to seek professional help.
And also, Vishwanath, can the circumstances, I'm talking about the restrictions in this COVID-19 era, be blamed for such a high number of cases?
Oh, definitely yes. That is what actually. Now coming to Simone Biles, nobody knows exactly what happened. What were the circumstances that led her to this situation of opting out of Olympics? A lot of stories about her past are coming, but I don't think that is the reason, because this recent Rio Olympics and even up till the 2019, 2020, all the World Championships, she has been performing to her greatness, to her level. The record says that since 2013, she has never lost in a finals. Mm-hmm. So she's been there. But maybe we don't know about her personal issues. Maybe during the pandemic, as I said, the non-activity, the restrictions posed on her might have weighed on her. Maybe because there was a lot of time to think and brood around. Maybe she went back to her past or recent times. What is happening in her personal life, we don't know. So all this adds to your mental health, the negative thinking. Even in case of Simone Biles, in case of
Ben Stokes,
our cricketer Ben Stokes, cricketers have been playing for the past 1 year since the pandemic, when the sport cricket began. They've played IPL, they played every sport, and every time they travel to another country to play a tournament, they are put under quarantine. So constantly living within the bubble, living with the restrictions, not able to go out, mix up freely. This is having a mental toll on the players. This is what could have happened to Ben Stokes also, according to me.
And Vishwanath, we now need to talk about the remedy, the cure. What can the athletes do to prevent it and deal with it? So much so that it's the COVID-19 era, it is going to last for some time now. Is there a possible solution in store?
Yes. Now, there is always a prevention. As I said, it's important to identify the symptoms at the early stages and maybe seek all of these great athletes have their own sports psychologists. It's better to share their feelings and either try to cope up with that, or if they can solve it, it's even well and good. But when it reaches a certain stage, then it turns into a sort of a mental illness. The symptoms can be something like depression, anxiety, panic, and all these things. You find that there is something wrong, I'm not comfortable within myself. Then at this stage, there's nothing much you can do. That is why all these great athletes are trying to opt out. In the case of Simone Biles, she knows that her body is not cooperating. It's because it is psychosomatic. Mm-hmm. If she's not comfortable in her mind, then definitely the body will not cooperate. She knows about it. So what she thinks, already she has opted out of the team events, and she knows that if she fails in an individual event, when she's up against the best competitors, then the world is going to go against her. Already, she's facing so much of abuse from the right-wing people. Say that she's a cheat, and she has all those slurs that's happening in her case. So she might have felt that it is better to be safe than sorry. So that is what she opted out. It's
Better
very
to be
safe.
safe than sorry, but do you also see a bigger role for the governing bodies, the administrators to deal with the situation, help the players to overcome this challenge?
As I told you, only two ways. Identify it early, then seek professional help, work on yourself, give yourself the time to come out of it so that you can feel better. So, a lot of cricketers, so many times, they're taking the time off. This is the crucial thing. That's the best solution that could be possible. That's what Ben Stokes is also doing. Constantly being on the grind, constantly being under stress is really painful. Then it will affect on your game. See, unless you are mentally okay, if you're happy, then you can perform. If you're not okay with yourself mentally, then definitely your performance suffers. So many of them, the easiest way for them is to opt out, to sit out, rather than be sorry in front of the whole world. So that's what they are opting for. Because at this point of time, in a pressure situation like Olympics, Simon Biles, under total pressure, she's been called as the greatest of all times as far as gymnastics is concerned. She'll have to live up to her reputation. Then she can't feel, right in front of the whole world. She can't look embarrassing herself. So the best decision for her was to sit out. So now either identify signs early, or go through with it, and or take a break from the hectic activity.
Well, take a break from your hectic activity. Is that exactly what Ben Stokes has done? On that note, Mr. Vishwanath, thanks a lot for your inputs, and we are looking forward to your inputs in the coming days as well. But we may say that the phenomenon is nothing new, especially when it comes to England cricket. Former cricketers like Marcus Trescothick had quit in the middle of a series in India during 2006. Then there are likes of Australian cricketers also in the form of Glenn Maxwell, and female cricketers like Sarah Taylor. This is high time that authorities take stock of the situation, act fast and in right earnest to address this serious issue, or you could see many more Ben Stokes in the coming days opt out of cricket and take an indefinite break. Well, that's all what we have for you in this special edition. For news and updates from India and around the world, keep watching TV9 Digital. Thanks a lot for watching.